Bossman show here with Kim English, coach of Tennessee Volunteers, assistant coach on the Rick Barnes up there in Knoxville, the SEC. Coach English, how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing? How you doing?
I can't complain, man. Looking forward to basketball tipping off next week, man. And so, very excited, man. So, I'm going to ask you, man, how's it going for you guys right now? Preparing for you guys' first game here real soon. And how's it for you getting the guys in shape and ramping up and kind of putting all your offense in there?
Yeah, it's been going well. It's been a really long off season from the SEC tournament until Thanksgiving, actually. So a longer than normal off season. Our guys, our staff, everyone in the program and the university and around the world, having to adjust to this new normal with COVID. But, all things considered, I think all parties involved have done as good a job as they could have possibly done. And now it's time to put it all to test on Wednesday night against Charlotte.
I'm asking you, it's going back to March, probably in Nashville, right? Getting ready for the tournament, and everything kind of got shut down. So how was it for you and Coach Barnes and the staff and the players going from thinking you're going to play in Nashville to having to go home and be virtual, going from on campus to virtual learning? So how was that transition for your players and you as coaches as well?
It was obviously it was disappointing that we didn't get to finish our season, get to our conference tournament, which is always a big point, in March Madness in college basketball. But I think it put everything into perspective that if our sport was affected like this, that our country, the globe was affected like this, basketball needed to take a back seat, and our student athletes' health became the number one priority, and the health of our family became the number one priority. As bad as it was kind of, we need to do whatever we needed to do to help, not beat a normal opponent in a 40-minute game, but help beat this virus.
Most definitely. And, I know for you guys as assistant coaches, you probably have some guys who you look after academically and making sure that they're on point and on task. And so trying to make sure your guys are on point academically while at home because you don't lose the structure of study halls and tutoring on campus. How's academic advisors working with you and you guys staff to make sure young men's GPA stay high over that spring semester when they was back at home to themselves?
Yeah, our guys did a great job. We had Zoom meetings and talked to those guys before they left, but mostly via Zoom. And they're here to be students. And again, this is the new normal, and these are the cards, the hand that we've been dealt, and they had to do as good a job as they can, reading and learning and trying to pay attention and stay alert online and make sure they still could handle their obligations as student athletes.
Most definitely, Coach. And also, how did your strength staff try to keep your young men kind of semi in shape? Because when you're back home and inactive, you come back and ramp up. You're asking for a knee, an ankle. Klay Thompson had an Achilles injury the other day. You're asking for a bad injury when guys have been active and trying to ramp them back up real fast. So how was it while they was at home trying to keep them in semi shape as you got them back in Knoxville there, getting those guys kind of to the point of being able to play a game and play safely and not get injured?
I think we I actually tend to think we overtrain in American sports. We get 2 weeks off after the season and right back in it all spring, and then we play and pick up and training all summer and in the fall. And I think we overtrain. So I was talking about this with some prospects. There's an article last year that a big reason for a lot of the NBA injuries now, Clay, his ACL last year, KD's Achilles last year. They were linking those injuries to the usage of those guys, AAU games and off-season training and all that stuff. So I look at it as you got an opportunity to relax, rest your body, heal an injury. If you want to go on a long walk, go on a jog, do it. It just wasn't safe to be going to play pickup with someone in April and May. So our guys did stuff. Our strength coach sent them weight stuff and sent them training and workout things to do. But I thought it was a great chance for those guys to just sit down and watch some basketball. Yeah.
Most definitely. And so Oh, via Zoom while they was at home, how much did you all use the Zoom kind of make sure the young men's minds was kind of sharp? Because with a pandemic, the racial unrest we had going on around us during the summer there. So how did you use Zoom to kind of keep your young men's minds fresh and keep them from not getting down and becoming depressed at what's going on all around them?
Yeah, we had a Zoom meeting with each guy. We had multiple Zoom meetings with each guy to talk about their season, their expectations from a basketball standpoint, check on them, see how them and their family are doing. But as far as the racial stuff, I'm not sure Zoom had a big impact on that. It was more so just conversations we had with guys over the phone, face to face. They got back here in June, so that dialogue never stops. Not necessarily via Zoom, but FaceTime, text messaging, phone calls, Instagram DMs. We're constantly in conversation with our guys.
Most definitely. And so let me ask you this, Coach English, is for your young men. So trying to make sure that the young men understand the issues of COVID, right? I'm in Atlanta here. You probably saw last night. We had a big event here, and people was all out, right? So how do you get young men, 18, 22 years old, to say, hey, do you want to say yes to go out with your with your friends, but you got to say no because if you go out, it can affect a coach, your teammates. We could be out for 2 weeks with COVID quarantine, and we want to play ball. We can't play because of a decision you made. So how do you stress to your young men that I know you're young, but you got to be disciplined right now and say no when you really want to say yes?
Um, you can't. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. And we have a phrase in our program. It's an acronym, ENAM, INAM. I mean, it's not about me. So, during COVID, this time more than ever, it's not about you going out with your friends. It's not about what you want to do. It's about the health and safety of your grandmother, your father who may have a medical condition, your younger siblings, your teammates, about our team and our season. So it's really simple. And we think our guys did a pretty good job of social distancing, wearing a mask, staying away. And we told them it wasn't just them. We weren't asking them to do something we weren't doing ourselves as coaches. And, as these guys become adults and grown men, it's time to step up and make sure they get those things done.
Most definitely, most definitely. And what's also good about it is that being in the SEC, you got resources to make sure that your men are safe and healthy, testing wise, and you don't have to worry about not having resources. Thank God at UT. So that's also just a blessing of being a great university under the direction of Coach Former there to make sure you guys are safe and everywhere possible.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. We're very, very thankful for our medicals team, Chancellor Plowman, President Boyd, Coach Former. They've done a great job. Dr. Plank, our trainer, Chad Newman, phenomenal job making sure our guys are healthy and safe.
Now, Coach English, now you guys have a great roster. You guys some good expectations on you this year from pundits. So how do you keep your young men grounded? Only focusing on one game, not letting the noise outside of the program get to them mentally.
Hey, I think in 2018 they got picked to finish second to last in the league and they won it. So, I don't think you need to look any further than that to show how irrelevant preseason rankings or expectations are. My senior year in college, Texas A&M got picked to win the Big 12, and they finished in last place. So, I don't take any stock in that. Everyone in league play is 0-0. Everyone in the nation is 0-0 on November 25th when we all get started. So those expectations mean nothing. What matters is what we do every single day. It's our process. It's our structure. It's our way of preparing for every single game and in competition. And if you lose yourself in doing your job, doing the next right thing, all that other stuff takes care of itself.
Most definitely, coach. And let me ask you this, man. Scheduling wise, Mr. Scheduling, seasons got pushed back 2 weeks. I know you probably had your schedule mapped out before it got pushed back. So, how crazy has it been trying to schedule games, knowing that rules are different in each state, trying to deal with quarantines, different teams and their testing protocols to get games the right way for you and your team to prepare them for the SEC play coming up here real soon?
Yeah, Coach Schwartz, our associate head coach, and Coach Barnes, they really hunkered down and did a great job with our schedule. You know, non-conference is tough with different states and cities and municipalities and different rules and regulations with their local health departments. But once the ESP event in Florida got canceled, our group quickly got together. Coach Schwartz and Coach Barnes thought it would be safest for us to be in Knoxville as much as we possibly could. And we got the Volunteer Classic going, and we got Charlotte and VCU, two very formidable opponents coming in from the Colonial League and from the Atlantic 10 and from the Conference USA. And really excited about that, but put together a very challenging schedule in a year where not a lot of teams are doing that. But we think it's best to prepare our guys for the buzzsaw that is SEC play.
Yeah, and talk about that, coach, from 1 through 14. It's no easy nights in that conference. It doesn't matter. It's a true gauntlet. I think people sleep on it, and they shouldn't. Also about the ACC, but SEC is tough as hell as well, coach, because like you said, for everywhere you go in that conference, you can lose on that given day or night.
Yeah, I think it's 6 coaches in the league that have been in the Final Four. Very good coaches, and as evidenced by the NBA draft the other night, no conference in the country had more draft picks than the SEC. No conference in the country had more first-round draft picks than the SEC. No conference in the country had more lottery picks than the SEC. And again, outside of that, last year we played Florida State, we played Washington, we played draft picks all up and down last season. And no, the SEC is definitely no gimmies. Any given night, you have to be ready and bring your A game.
I'll talk about you, little coach English. No, you play for you worked with some great people already. If Frank Hazel had him on 2 feet weeks ago, he's a great to have him on. Tad Boy had him on a few times as well, and Rick Barnes. So being a coach, man, you're getting baptism by some great men to teach you this business. I know you're a young man rising up in this coaching game. So how's it feel to know these guys took chances on you and believe in you the way they have it as you got out there playing professionally now to being a full-time coach?
Yeah, great guys. I talk to those guys almost weekly, and I thank them all the time. And I've had 3 very, very, very good bosses. And in this industry and in this profession, for me, it's always been about it's always been about the program over the job. It's always been about the head coach over the salary. And I've been very fortunate to work for 3 guys that really, first and foremost, allow you to do your job. If you're a basketball coach, they let you coach basketball, and I really appreciate them for that. And I just, hopefully, I can pay it forward one day.
Most definitely. And coach, you played for the Detroit Pistons for you up there, man. I love my man Mason. How was it up there seeing him every night, get the crowd hype at the Palace up there, man? Because I love hearing him and doing his Detroit basketball calls, how he does the game. His flow is sick, man, up there.
Yeah, Mason's great, man. Mason's great. The whole city of Detroit, great energy, great toughness, throwback. Reminds me a lot of Baltimore, where I'm from. Love Mason, man. Hearing them so much, they got the whole intro engraved in my head.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you got that right. Hey, man, it's in mine too. Trust and believe it's in mine, man. So, ask you about Baltimore, man. I know you're probably a Ravens fan, being from Baltimore City up there, man. So, you got the Titans this week. So, how was that being around the office? Being in Tennessee. You're probably a Raven guy. The Titans in Tennessee. So, how's that been this week for you?
The Titans ran all over us last year in the AFC semifinals. It was a slaughter. What's his name? Henry. What's the running
Derrick
back they
Henry,
got?
yeah. Derrick Henry, yeah.
Man, he ran all over us. Man, it was bad. But no, Titans are great. I've been fortunate to be around some good football. Well, not necessarily at the time, but I went to school in Missouri, so the Chiefs are doing well, and now Titans are doing well, and the Ravens are doing well as well. So
Well, hopefully, Coach English, the Falcons won't blow a lead this week. Hopefully, because they know we're known for blowing leads here in Atlanta, so it's all we're good for.
yeah,
So I'm hoping we'll be good. Well, Coach English, thank you for your time today, man. I hope to do this again with you down the road, man. Be blessed, my brother, and best of luck to you and your team going forward this year, man.
all right, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right.